Hi, I'm Tom Jones and welcome to 1903 Productions,
the channel for the latest in motorcycle news, views and tech reviews.
Okay, today I'd just like to run through probably the main reason why I bought the Harley Davidson Heritage Classic. And that reason was for how versatile this bike it really is. And it was difficult to find this out when I was first looking at the models because it's not really advertised as that versatile, can do everything motorcycle that maybe the Sport Glide is advertised. Those that have been around for a while with Harley Davidsons now probably remember the Switchback, which was advertised as, you know, that can strip down, do everything style of motorcycle, whilst with all the bags on it was almost, you know, almost your road king. But it kind of got the reputation of a bit of a road queen, shall we say, and didn't last too long in the Harley lineup. I said the Sport Glide is advertised with a quick release sort of mini batwing that you can take off. It's got the bags that are advertised as quick release system all inbuilt. You've got the rear pillion pads. You can put the rack on like I've done here on my Heritage. But for me, it's a bit more modern looking. I wanted something a bit more classical Harley Davidson, and for me, I think this offers. For me, if you want a classic look, a better motorcycle. The sort of the Sport Glide has got a bit of a reputation as being a bit of a girl glide, but I'm sure lots of girls love riding the Heritage because it's a bit lower to the floor than getting on a Road King or a Street Glide. The Heritage has the 114 engine as standard as opposed to the 107 as Sport Glide, but the 107 has its advantages. It's not got quite a longer stroke, so it can actually feel a little bit sportier. It hasn't got so much low down torque that you can be a bit more gentle on the throttle, pulling out of, coming out of corners rather than, that torque really kicking in and thrusting you along. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to run through taking all the parts off this motorcycle to just show you how versatile it is. Okay, we start with the easy stuff. That's got to be the screen. This is the easiest screen to come off any Harley Davidson I've ever seen. Just like the Sport Glide is. You simply grab hold of the fairing, move it back towards you, trying to be super careful as not to damage your own motorcycle. And there we have it, one screen off. Okay, now moving on to the rear of the motorcycle, I've actually fitted the quick release sissy bar and rack, so I can just slip my luggage onto the back. If I've not got a pillion, I can have my tent or whatever across here strapped on, so I can still take lots of luggage. Saddlebags, very easy to open, easy access, not as big as my Street Glide saddlebags, panniers, but you can't have everything, but they're big enough, and you can fit some big luggage onto the back of the bike. I'd say this is a quick release system. To fit a quick release system, you have to change kind of the bobbins or the spacers that are between the bags and the bike for ones that the mechanism can slide into and lock down, but very easy to come off. I simply pull on these two tags at the back, and there we have it. The rack's off. Okay, so the next easiest item is probably this pillion pad. Quite simple, just one screw at the back, and that'll quite quickly come off. Pop that screw back down so I don't lose it. Okay, there is a protective vinyl cover on to stop the fender scratching, which is something that happened on my Street Glide when I had it. So I actually fitted a fender bib, which I'm planning on getting for the Heritage. There's just none available in the UK at the moment. It's a real shame Harley don't produce one that matches the bike. So the best I found is a Mustang fender bib, and that will be going on there when I can get one. And I leave the fender bibs on so when I pop the seat on, it's just that added little bit of protection. So moving on to removal of the saddlebags, this was something I struggled to find out, how easy or difficult this was going to be, trying to search the internet and YouTube, etc. And you can already see now that it's starting to, strip back to something a bit more cruiser, just for bobbing around, and you don't need all that luggage space. But let's see if we can make it look any better by taking these bags off. Now, it's quite a simple operation. There's simply 2 bolts inside the bag that go into the fender. There isn't, unfortunately, something I can't find. People have said there is, but I haven't found it. There is no quick release mechanism as yet that I can find from Harley Davidson. How much would a quick release mechanism from Harley Davidson be? I don't know, 40, 50 pounds if you're lucky. I found an option for 25 pounds. Don't need it to fit anything to the bike, makes it an absolute doddle. And that is an electronic ratchet and a T45 Torx socket. Very simple. Set it into reverse, onto the bolt, and the second one. Pop that there. So these are just the bobbins that have got a little bit of a recess on to allow you to hop onto the bike. Come to the other side, quite simple. That's the second one off. Okay, so as you can see, there's still a couple of bolt holes here. And what I did was I quickly looked at Harley Davidson's website, found the replacement bolts that you get on the Deluxe or the Softail Slim. They're all the same bolts actually. Very easy to pop on, just to clean up the lock. One. Two. Three. And 4. And there you have it. That's how simple it is to take the bags off the back of the Heritage, the rack, the seat, and there we have it. I'm in my solo mode now, so cruising around. Yeah, you can probably see I've fitted Vance & Hines Big Shot staggered in black on. I wanted the white wall tyres, I've got some floating rotors. You have to fit the smaller number plate so you can fit the rack on the back. I'll put some little round mirrors on. Got my mount for my phone or my TomTom. I fitted 1¼ inch to inch bars, a bit chunkier at the front. Some nostalgic grips, and I fitted the heat demons for the to keep the grips warm when it's chilly. Yep, so there we are. That's how versatile Harley Davidson Heritage Classic 114 can be. It could be the bike for you. See you again.